Hello, my name is Gurpreet Kaur. Welcome to the Foundation of Early Childhood Education. Let's talk about one of the historical approaches that was evolved by great educationalists combined with various frameworks. Let's talk about the historical approach, which is Montessori. Maria Montessori was mainly focused on child centered environments. She created and designed environment and materials for the children to explore independently. Teachers are there to observe and guide them when required, or they approach to teacher to support them in learning. This framework was able to know the children's behavior, misbehavior, their motivation, learning vision, fondness of involvement in materials, and shape themselves. Place a rack of books of in limited or may above limit height and keep the items or materials that children are fond of, but in a height where they can reach. Some could reach easily, some will find a way to reach to that height. So the way children can develop their fine motor skills. Positively, it is independency, organized, feel more respectfully and value as well as focused. Challenges would be may feel strict and rigid, not socialize much. Play would be only in imagination. So may be more dependent on guidance of teacher and peer groups in activities. As an ECT, I might think to adopt this approach, but keep the stated challenges in mind. Let's talk about the contemporary approach by Reggio Emilia. So she talks about that children are enough capable and able to express their ideas, doubts, as well as well versed in documenting, and they are valued. Amelia considered that learning evolved from the children's interest, group work, and treated as a project. Teachers are just appeared as a co-researchers with documentation that is helpful to present the learning in the form of pictures, written scripts, etc. With the help of this idea, teacher would be understanding children by using various modes of expressions, languages, gestures, art, symbols, and movements. It brings children upfront with their cultural beliefs and values. To investigate and unveil the responses, use some sparks, words, or provocations, and let the children to respond or explore over the period of a time. So it would be respectful children's speech, innovation, and imagination, engagement with community, and capable of expressing ideas. Challenges would be time consuming in documentation, create difficulty to match with defined curriculum, and unable to handle big group. And ECT, I might think to adapt this approach, but will make sure to work on pedagogical change with documentation instead of just show off an image. So let's talk about the two imperative theories aligned with these approaches. Piaget cognitive development theory comprises of five stages, including from 0 to plus 12 years. Sensory motor, pre-operational, concrete, operational, and former operational. So this theory focused on how children learn and able to gather the new information at different stages, such as learning, adding information, and change thinking. Assign tasks to children of their ages with present materials as they can experience or explore it, whether touch or imagine. So Piaget's theory is effective in steps to promote a learning with proper planning. Bit rigid, do not bother about environment and socializing that could affect learning. So as an ECT, I would follow hands-on learning, but be flexible and not be rigid with children and accept their own way of learning. So let's talk about the Wax theory, focused on proximal development that could fulfill without knowledgeable persons guidance. Believed children learn best with the help of others. According to him, children can learn better with social interaction, for instance, to be part of social club, talking to each other, interact in their own family language. Children just need guidance at the right time and right place. That's why Augusty focus more on a play language. In a group activity of puzzle solving, keep one skilled child with less knowledgeable, so skilled one can share idea thoughts, creating critical thinking, and other one learn by interacting. So this theory depicts cultural value and freedom to interact with each other, but somewhere it limits child's brain development and depend on more on adults learning. So as an ECT, it is really important to respect both social and interaction and child's own capacity. Further, I will discuss about two important frameworks. So, early years learning framework drives children to be connected with children, called belonging, enjoy every moment of life, called being, and grow and think in a way they want to be, called belonging. So, its primary focus is to child's overall growth, include each other's cultures, value, and background. This idea grows a child with respect, personality development, different styles of learning, honors, ethnicity. So, create an environment where children feel they belong to and support in learning. Additionally, include their family and community areas in order to make learning rich and effective. For instance, add Aboriginal society background, history on cards, posters, or promote their art in activity areas to make children culturally aware. So let's talk about the national quality standard. NQS came up with important key areas to provide a high quality care in children learning. These are educational program relationships, health and safety, leading clear goals, make sure provide high standards in early childhood settings. So this idea emphasized on to keep the environment safe, healthy, promote respectful socializing. So by following NQS framework, teaching in early childhood will help in improving and meet the goals and needs of children. For instance, ongoing audit and meetings should be implemented with defined policy and safety measures. So let's talk about the critical final reflection. So all the stated approaches, framework and theories together make a rich environment in understanding children learning pattern. So they promote social inclusion in order to know the cultural values and respectful to each other. So they have broadened the knowledge of children for individual and society. Thank you so much, and the next page would be the references. Thank you for listening to me.